Shalom, shalom. Starting chapter 17 on Proverbs. Let's go. Better is a dry morsel and quietness with it than a house full of feasting with strife. A servant who acts wisely will rule over a son who acts shamefully, and will share in the inheritance among brothers. The refining pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold. But the Lord tests hearts, and an evildoer listens to wicked lips. A liar pays attention to a destructive tongue, but he who mocks the poor reproaches his maker. He who rejoices at calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of old men, and the glory of sons is their father. Excellent speech is not fitting for a fool, much less are lying lips to a prince. A bribe is a charm in the sight of its owner. Wherever he turns, he prospers. He who covers a transgression seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates intimate friends. A rebuke goes deeper into one who has understanding than 100 blows into a fool. A rebellious man seeks only evil, so a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Let a man meet a bear robbed of her cub, rather than a fool in his folly. He who turns evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is like letting out water, so abandon the quarrel before it breaks out. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the righteous, both of them are alike are an abomination to the Lord. Why is there a prince in the hand of a fool to buy wisdom, when he has no sense? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man lacking in sense pledges and becomes surety in the presence of his neighbor. He who loves transgression loves strife. He who raises his door seeks destruction. He who is crooked mind finds no good. He who perverted in his language falls into evil. He who begets a fool does so to his sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. A wicked man receives a bribe from the bosom to pervert the ways of the justice. Wisdom is in the presence of the one who has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, a bitterness to earth before him. It is also not good to find the righteous, nor to strike the noble for their uprightness. He who restrains his words has knowledge, and he who is a full spirit is a man of understanding. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise, and who closes his lips, he is counted fool. So there's a couple of really good things here. Yay. One of my things was, before I back up again, grandchildren are the crown of old men, and the glory of sons is their fathers. That's going hand in hand. You know, being able to hit old age is one, like you said, last chapter, the crown of an old man is the way it's graying his hair. It's growing old, to gain much wisdom and knowledge, and to be able to make it that old is a miracle all itself. And to be able to see grandchildren, especially in those days of age, was a crown of glory. Because to make it that long was a miracle. So average age, it's like 45. You'd be lucky to be. And then one other thing is, but yes, let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs rather than a fool in his folly. So, if he's saying right here, it's better to meet a mother bear who has lost her cubs than to run into somebody who's so stuck up in their ways. At least the bear we don't like is happening. Fool, we don't know. There will be many reasons. Chapter 18. He who separates himself seeks his own desire. He quarrels against all sound wisdom. A fool does not delight in understanding, but only in revealing his own mind. When a wicked man comes, contempt also come, and with dishonor comes reproach. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. To show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips bring strife, and his mouth calls for blows. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a whisperer are like daunting morsels, and they go down into the innermost parts of the body. He also who is slack in his work is brother to him who destroys. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and is safe. A rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his own imagination. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, but humility goes before honor. He who gives an answer before he hears it is folly and shame to him. The spirit of a man who can endure his sickness, but a broken spirit who can bear it. The mind of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him, and brings him before the great men. The first to plead his case seems just, until another comes and examines him. The lot puts an end to contentions and decides between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a castle. With the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach will be satisfied. He will be satisfied with the product of his lips. Death and life are on the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, and obtains favor from the Lord. The poor man utters applications, but the rich man answers roughly. A man of many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. One of my favorite right there. Death and life are on the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. It is very true. As somebody who has lost a lot of people, especially to, self-harm, death and life are on the power of the tongue. The tongue is a powerful tool. A powerful tool. If I were to say it is the most deadly weapon in history, it has started genocides. It is the difference between your love and hate is the power that is in your tongue. When you speak to somebody, speak with love and compassion. Because you speak with hate, bitterness, envy, sadness.